Hello everyone, I'm a gang. Now we are going to guide you through this kind of work. First, we need the Unreal Engine. Let me emphasize again, we need the Unreal Engine. Then we launch the Unreal Engine. Actually, if you watch me do it, I might finish it in 5 minutes, but it might take you half a day, which is also fine. And if you don't have the Unreal Engine, you can skip it. Skipping it won't affect anything, because this part is indeed very troublesome. And if you're not making games, then you might be working with Unreal Engine for 2 to 3 years. And you may still encounter related technologies, which is also very normal. So here we mainly focus on expanding your knowledge. This is our Unreal Engine. Let's directly launch our only those with 5G must set this as the startup project. Set as startup project. Then we launch it. And then, as for what to say, you will most likely need to compile 610 items. This is very normal because I compiled many times today. On my end, it's because I've already compiled, so there's no problem. Okay, let's wait for it to start up. Because Unreal Engine, it is relatively more troublesome. Okay, we are using version 5.4.2. You should be, if you have Unreal Engine. It might be version 5.4.4. That doesn't matter, because we basically don't write. We won't write any code in Unreal Engine. Let's wait patiently for it to load. This loading process is very slow. If your computer doesn't meet the requirements, don't use this Unreal Engine. Okay. It will load out soon. Then we select game here. Then we start a person. Then we just put a project anywhere because it's too simple. There's not much need to list it out. Let's see what we have later. For this, let's put it here. As for the name, let's call it XD mute. Okay, let's call it XG mute demo. Okay, alright. With that done, let's give it a gam to make it easier to distinguish mute gam, so we create it. Then we need to wait a bit because it's really slow. Okay, it started now. After it starts, we need to turn off the OS of this Unreal Engine. And here, right after creating the OS, it will scan. Let's wait a bit for it to finish scanning all the default information before we proceed. You see, when you recreate the OS, sometimes it needs to do this work. And here, we are using Development Editor. Note that we are using Development Editor here and above. Let's wait a bit for it to finish scanning. Okay, it's done scanning. Now let's start it. Let's start it first. Okay, at this point you might compile 200 or 2400 files. This place is also normal. If there is a compiled project here, this place is normal. Because I have already compiled 8, so it can be launched directly here. Note that we are now using the Unreal Engine. You can see that our path is all within the Unreal Engine in this UEC. Let's wait for it a bit, okay? Alright, after entering, it might still compile some shaders and such. No need to worry about it. Then let's launch it. This is exactly the same as our third-person template. For now, let's ignore it. Let's go to our Patrick 3. We're inside this map. There's a hidden item here called Server Default Map. Here, Server Default Map should also be changed to the third-person map. Okay, pay attention to this. After making the changes here, let's exit first. Let's ignore it for now. Then come back to our project here. We have an EditorTarget.cs here. And there is an EditorTarget.cs. Let's open it. After opening it, let's paste this file. Then here, right here, we will give it a client. Remember to delete the copy later. Okay, provide a server here. Then we provide one here. Delete the copy. This name must follow this convention. Okay, so in Target.cs, then let a client in server.cs. Then let's open it. After opening it, well, we can do it this way. Do it like this first. Drag it in. Ah, it's open. Then here we change it to client, and here, right here, we need to add a client. This part is also client. It must be done this way. It must be changed properly, because if you don't change it properly, it will cause a compilation error later. This part is prone to errors. This is server, as you can see. Okay, change this part to server. Don't write it wrong. Okay, after the change, you can see. So we don't have it yet, don't have it, right? Let's refresh the project. Right here. This is the mute game. Let's refresh the project. Let's wait patiently. It might be a bit slower for everyone. If you want to switch, you can actually switch here. You can see we can switch between different versions, but there are compatibility issues between versions. But generally don't switch versions. Yes, okay. Then let's restart here. Okay, then after we finish starting up like this, we will have the Target.cs and ClimbCard.cs. We are still using the device adder method. Let's compile again. We need to make sure every step compiles without issues. Then we won't write any code here. To avoid any issues for you, we won't write any code here. Okay, you can see the compilation here should be fine. Okay, let's launch it now. Okay, we've launched it now. Now we select our Planet 4. Then here under Window, then here we select Development. Of course, for your planet design, select this development. And don't rush. Then here we also select this game. Also select this game. So this is development, just Windows. Then the build target below this is also game. Now let's go ahead and package it. Here, the planet project. Then we are here. In the folder above, we create a packet folder. Okay. Then we put a server folder here. We also put good. So here we select client. We package it out. Pay attention. We must select the correct option here. Don't select randomly. Development and game. Just ignore these two. We just need to select development and game. Now we wait for the packaging. The packaging time is very long if it's your first time packaging because there are many assets to cook. It also needs to compile. You see, it says here that 2,200 items need to be compiled. This is all normal. We'll ignore it. We'll just let it compile. I'll pause the video here. Okay, we finished packaging. You can see it has compiled successfully here. Actually, after compiling the project, it still needs to cook the assets. That cooking process is also very time consuming. About 500, I think. We can turn this off for now. We won't need it for now. Then, before we proceed to the next step, let's first verify whether this current thing has been successfully packaged. Of course, I know. I think it must have been successful. Before you do it, we're in Climb. Let's first put this Windows. Copy into the server. We'll handle the server side here. Let's make a copy first. We'll deal with the server issue later. Now it's the client side. Then you are here. We will ignore this. Let's ignore this for now. Let's directly click on this innermost thing. We launch it, okay? It should now be in full screen. Okay, it is now in a single player state. Let's ignore it. Okay. If it looks like this, it means your project has been successfully packaged. It is okay. Now let's close it. Next, we turn it off. Then we select this development server here. At this point, do not launch it, because we generally don't launch it this way, and it won't even start anyway. Then we click compile here, and at this point, it will probably need to compile over 2,000 items again. Everyone, please be patient and wait a bit longer. Yes. You can see our video might only be about 10 minutes long, but you might have to spend several hours on it. This is very normal. Let's wait a bit more. You can see there are only 2,200 actions that need to be processed. Okay, let's just hang it here. We'll come back later. Okay, we're back. The compilation here is done. You can see it takes quite a while to compile. Compilation takes a long time. Okay, there are about 2,000 plus items. Then after the 2,000 plus actions are done, let's go to the location of our project. It should be in this game. Just banalize. We find Win64. Note that this is the place here. This is not inside the package. Don't get confused. Then we mainly take this server. We call country plus C. Make a call. Then we go to this package. Then server. On Windows, we delete this. To avoid causing misunderstanding, we remove the original one. When we package this, actually we mainly need its content package structure. Yes, that's why we package it. Okay, this way, we add a batch processing here. Okay, this T process we call starter server. Then for this process, we need to give it a byte extension. Okay, then here, we bnt. Then we take this thing, paste its name. Then here we give it gun log. We can specify its port. Should be gun port. We can specify it. This time, we'll use 888. Okay, let's specify this port. Okay, let's start this now. Okay, let's allow it today. You can see this port has changed to 888. Then we can also pass other parameters to modify the map. These are all fine. And now, we come to 头, kite, rallo, sao, 张举, o. Here we go to our client. Let's try our client. Okay, let's start it. At this point, it must be in single click mode. At this point, we open 187.0.1, then pay attention to this port. It has changed to 8888. Let's take a look. It's in. At this point, the connection should be successful. We can check. You will notice that here, this log is already present. There is already a login log. Then we start another one. Normally, this is not how it's done, because this is just for simulation, so we directly use this method of launching multiple instances at once. Actually, you need to do some work here. If there are multiple clients, your data might get mixed together. This way, it's convenient for testing. You can see here we have two players, you can see. Let's exit it. The main issue here is that too many windows are open. Let's make this a bit smaller. Hey, let's switch it out. It's not easy to switch. Let me take a look. We should make it go to the hat. Let's move it aside a bit. Okay, let's move this down. Be careful to press enter if it gets stuck. Okay, let's move it over here. You can see, right? Let's move it up. Then let's go to this client. You can see it has actually moved up. Okay, it's actually fine to open another one. You can see, here we are. We have opened another client. And now we are still in single player mode. There's actually a login level here. We just don't want to bother writing it. Here, okay, you can see we have successfully go and get the DS for this server. This deleted server has been packaged, and we also packaged the client builder E, so it's successfully connected. Okay, in this chapter, we have basically covered the main content. We will expand a bit more later. Because earlier, the reason we talked so much about networking was to give you some extra knowledge and help you understand the process. Alright, this lesson ends here. Thank you all. Actually, we'll turn it off here. You'll find that there are also hints here. This place has clang. That is, it has been turned off. You can see. Turn it off again, right? You can see here, a player has left. We also shut down the server. That's it. Okay, so that's all for now.